In a general sense, traffickers target people they believe can be easily duped or coerced, such as victims of domestic violence, victims of sexual or child abuse, those with developmental disabilities, and other individuals that are marginalized by whatever society or culture they live in. When victims in the US are not citizens or are here illegally, immigration status is a significant vulnerability to uh, the chance that you'll remain a victim of human trafficking or sex trafficking. For instance, those involved in strip clubs, commercial front brothels, and residential brothels target women from specific countries and then threaten deportation if they do not obey the trafficker's demands. Additionally, non US citizens are also vulnerable because they do not speak English well, if at all. This is also combined with the fact that there are other cultural barriers that all lead to a hesitancy or fear to contact the police. If the victim is here legally, traffickers often will seize their legal documents, such as passports, identification, other paperwork, and threaten them as a means of controlling their behavior. This is a similar pattern seen with women who come to the US legally with their husbands but are subjected to wife abuse. They fear leaving or going to the police because the abusive husband maintains control of the legal documents and legally can have his wife deported at a specific request. Also, individuals without resources are far more susceptible to not only become victims, but keep being victimized. They are most susceptible to exchange sex for food, shelter, or transportation. 48% of youth engaged in sex trafficking stated that they were initiated into sex work because they did not have a place to live. Traffickers often target and take advantage of young people who have run away from home or are homeless. They are lured away from shelters and public spaces where they may temporarily reside with the promise of a job, money, gifts, or a caring relationship. However, once they leave these spaces, they are forced into sex work on the street or at other places like truck stops. Victims forced to work at residential brothels are often unaware of their location as they are shuffled from one location to another and do not know their exact location. This is another barrier to contacting the police, not to mention that victims working at these residential brothels are also physically restrained or unable to leave the premises.